You're tuned in to the Kings of Comedy of Baltimore, the Howard G. and Rickey Shackelford Show on the Coyote Man Show Network. You're tuned in to the Kings of Comedy of Baltimore, the Howard G. and Rickey Shackelford Show on the Coyote Man Show Network.
Oh man, happy Wednesday to everybody. This is the Baltimore Kings of Comedy. I'm comedian Rickey the Real Deal Shackelford. Howard G is at a lacrosse game with his son, and Wooda is on the ship. The weather started getting rough. You gotta come around, Myra. Come around. Man. We got Myra too. I didn't know she was coming. Here come Myra. But ladies and gentlemen, we live too, Myra, so you know it. This is the Baltimore Kings of Comedy right here, Security Mall, y'all. Hey, look, want to welcome y'all on this hump day on Wednesday. I got two excellent guests. I got my girl, veteran comic now. She's veteran now. Tanya Waddy that can't keep still in the seat. She's like a damn child in them hot cheers back in the day. Time for you to drop the oatmeal on you. And we got my main man, Mo Swag, to my right. Hey, y'all, let's give each other a nice round.
Yeah.
We're going to pump each other up. Nobody knows. Hey, look, y'all jump in when you can, but let me just get a couple commercial breaks in. If you want to get on to the Coyote Man Show, you can hit us here at Coyote Man Show. You can also hit us on Roku. You can hit us YouTube just as well if you want to get your own show here, or even want to get on our show if you're an entrepreneur, have your own business. Hit me up at 443-226-9157. Want to give a shout out real quick to Howard G. Also, you can hit him up at 410-808-5805. And also Wooda, which I don't have a number. She got too many boyfriends for me. I ain't even gonna put that out there like this way. But guys, hey man, hey, welcome to the hour got to get over the hump, I call it. I ain't got my guitar together because neither one of y'all can sing. So can you sing, Swag?
I can sing.
No, let me go get the guitar.
Listen, no, we ain't gotta do all that. I can hold a note now.
You bailed out gracefully. As we say, you bailed out gracefully. But so what's been going on, guys? Jump on in and have a little fun. With me there, we can talk about anything. Tanya, what you been doing there, Tanya?
Working, doing shows. I've been doing some shows.
Right,
got some shows coming up.
Right.
Yeah, working a hood store in the neighborhood.
You work in the neighborhood.
Oh my God! Let me tell you, these kids come in here every day and ask me the same shit. How much is this? How much? I said, nigga, you come here every day. You should know the prices better than me. This little girl came in and she say, how much is this? Say, 25 cents. She said, give me three. I'm not getting three of you. Say, how much is that? I said, bitch, go home.
What? Make sure you put the sensors up when Tanya talks. This is not for your ears only.
She asked me how much was it. I said, did I tell you it was 25 cents? Stupid.
You don't think they be playing with you and
No, them niggas don't know. These are Douglas students.
Oh, right. They come from, yeah, you right near Douglas.
Yes, they Douglas. I don't understand it.
Hey, my Washington, you want some of this too? Or you just in and out? Talk to me, because I got to keep it moving. Yeah, but you should not. Where's Howard? Do you see? Taking a break. We'll do that too. We got another comic here because we all unemployed.
Yeah.
So we might as well come here and pray together and stay together. Bottom line too. But so Swag, how you been doing, Doc?
I'm good, man. I'm actually working out a little bit out of DC. Did a spot called Trustees.
Okay, my man.
A couple weeks ago.
Now keep it real, because I want the truth today for both of y'all.
Yeah.
How did you do? Don't lie.
Oh, no. I got video.
You got a video?
Yeah, I video mine.
You send me the footage. I
got you. You know, it was about this many people in there. But
well, you can't be judged.
I can't bomb. It was perfect.
Right. Can nobody say you was bad?
But that was good that you had a chance to test the waters.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, you stay local. Sometimes you're comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
When you go out of town, they don't know you from the grapefruit.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So how much time did you do when you did it? How much time?
It was like around the same time, like 10 minutes.
You did? Well, 10 is a lot.
Yeah, like 5-10 minutes.
That's a lot. So what jokes did you draw there? I know it.
See me. So I did my 48 joke.
Okay.
With,
right.
And then I did some new stuff, but it was pretty much improv.
Well, but here's my thing to both of y'all too, because Tanya, this girl is so natural funny sometimes. I don't even think she know how funny she can be. And half the battle with comedy is you got to be a comedian, not just material.
Right.
Yeah.
Because sometimes them jokes ain't going to work.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just, Tan, you've been doing it now. How many years we got on you?
10.
You got 10 years now, right?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
But here's my question to you. What made you wanted to get into comedy, Tanya? That's my question to you.
I didn't. My daughter went to school with Howard.
Okay, they knew.
And he said, and she kept telling me, won't you go, Howard does comedy, won't you go and tell me, put you on stage. She said, go ahead, Ma. So I called him, and I said, Rosin told me to come and call you, get you on stage. He said, okay, come on back to my next show. So that's what I did.
Wow. But Swag, the same question for you. You because you told me you were in before.
Well,
Like you was trying to work it out.
in college, I did a lot of improv. Like we did like social awareness skits kind of thing. I did spoken word. I was a rapper, so I did hip hop, spoken word poetry. We traveled a few places, but we were popular. Shout out to Catonsville.
But I got a
fan.
question. What made you switch from rap to comedy? That's all two different fields.
Way too different. Like, so it was just, people will always all my life say, oh, you funny, you naturally funny. Like, no matter what, funerals, just for real. Like, bust all laughing at funerals. They was like, I want to pay I want to go look at you because you will make me laugh. And I was like, whatever. But it was just something I always loved, the art. I always appreciated the art of it.
So people knew you from clowning.
Yeah.
Not far as rapping.
Yeah.
That's
Well, they knew me from rap. Well, so I got my rap circle.
I got you.
And I had a production company for a minute. And then I had my rap circle, but I never did like comedy.
Right.
So it was always spoken word.
So
and
my
rap.
question to you is, when you came to us, that was your first?
That was my first.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
How many shows you done? About 3 or 4 now?
4 for you, and I've done so like 6 altogether.
Yeah, but let me just say this, because Tanya know what I'm about ready to say. Everybody don't pick it up that fast.
Right.
You have so many people hit rock bottom before they even got to pick the mic up for the first time. It's a scary feeling to bomb.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the worst feeling in the world,
Right.
bro.
Well, I told you I got booed and wasn't even doing comedy.
Well, I told you don't rob that liquor store, but you didn't anyway. You got booed because you.
I got booked if I robbed a liquor
How
store.
you gonna rob a liquor store with a plexiglass?
Hey man, you can jack a plane with a. I ain't gonna go there.
So now you're telling us your other job. We're gonna have to bail out. We had to get him all the way on
Nah,
the commercial.
see,
We're gonna get locked up on the air.
yeah, you could Google me. I don't have a record, so I'm good.
That's good. Don't Google me, because I got enough of me.
People, trust me, people that Googled you. People done Googled you already. Believe that.
I already know. That's why I see how they got me behind a cage.
Right. I was like, man,
It's
they
a
done,
natural feeling, man.
I'm
they
ready to hold
thought
man.
Voodoo was gonna show up and her stalker was gonna come back. That's what that
But
was.
I got a question to both of you guys, because I'm interviewing y'all in a certain sort of way here. Where do you want to go with your comedy? Because we talked outside of how Def Jam has left us. BET is, they were just in and out. Black comedy,
Black folks trying to buy
there's no
BET.
longevity with that.
Right.
So that's why I'm jumping in now and saying, where do you want to go with your comedy? What do you want to do? What do you want out of this? Because nobody does this for nothing.
Right.
You
Exactly.
gotta have a vision,
Yeah,
is
yeah.
what I'm saying. So
My vision is, I'm sorry, ladies first.
Hollywood.
you want to go to Hollywood?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, you got to move off of Monroe
I
Street.
know, excuse me, I'm not Monroe.
Well, you're on North Avenue.
Don't tell.
Well,
you gotta
no.
tell where she lived there.
I'm in a white neighborhood. I don't.
I'm trying to go around the neighborhood, and she gonna go under the white.
I live in a
neighborhood.
white neighborhood. Thank
She
you.
live in a white neighborhood with black people.
Yeah,
That's the
that
gentrification.
is so true.
That is the real. That's the
That's
real
the
behind
truth.
it.
That's the gentrification right
Yeah.
there.
Well, my phone was working. I'm getting so many hits. I normally don't get these hits, but
That's because I'm here. I
yeah,
know,
you got
girl.
you on the time. I want to get you and my man on there.
That's
We're gonna get you. I got my
That's
man
why they
Mo
hitting
Sweat.
you.
Yeah, but y'all on the big stream out there too.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
Big
Shout out.
But this comedy thing, and that's why I was glad to hear you said you travel. And you done performed in Florida also, right?
Yeah, Florida. Yeah, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
But and that's the part of this business, and it's changing. See what y'all don't know. With me being in the trenches every day, I see the change.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna get no better. But here's the thing: you got to go through all indoors, whether you like it or not.
That's right.
Because let them see your talent. Once they see your talent, they're gonna know what you're worth.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you don't go through them doors, I ain't going to this one. You never know where your next gig is going
That's
to be.
right.
Right.
So it's a hustle, it's a grind.
Yeah.
So and I just want to say that to help y'all with it, because trust me, I'm at the end of my career. That's why I put in the play like we did, because I've done all I wanted to do. I'm not going to be standing on nobody's nights open mic. That's why I invented it since '86. Open mic to help you guys up. Monique came through, Joe Clear came through, Howard G, of course. But a lot of these people are doing well. But the thing that I need y'all to get is to don't stay here. You hear of another lifeline outside of Baltimore, D.C., go to these spots.
That's right.
Because it's only going to make you better.
Right.
And also you learn the business. Like, oh, God, they treating me nice here. Unless you bomb. You know, they looking for you and Bin Laden. He been dead a long time. You know, but I just wanted to input on that there. So Tanya, what you got coming up? Because you mentioned also you got something coming up.
I got a show tomorrow night, a birthday party. Spike's birthday party. It's on Dothill Avenue. It starts at 8 o'clock. It is an 80s theme.
It's an 80s theme?
Yeah, theme, yes.
So they're going to be dressed up in
like the 80s,
really? Bell bottoms and all that? Was bell bottoms
That's
in there?
Yeah. No, it was bell bottom in the 80s.
81, 82.
Yeah, but you know what? I can't even remember half.
The disco died.
I can't, because I always dress the same way. So it make a difference.
You still retro.
Yes. I was dressed the same way, so I don't know.
You said you ain't never get rid of your clothes.
I ain't never got rid of my clothes, okay? I go in my closet, pull out stuff
come right
from
back
the 80s
style.
and 90s.
There you go.
1900.
1900.
See, unless you gain weight, you okay.
Bitch, please. I'm up and down. Right. I keep all my clothes, bitch, because you never know.
So
I'll be fat one day and skinny next.
So you got a funeral suit, too.
I got a funeral? Who's the funeral? Me? I got dressed for that, too.
You got a dress for it?
Oh, I got dressed for every event.
You got to have, though, man. And I want to just give a moment of silence to Donnie Green.
Yeah, that's my man.
You knew Donnie?
Oh, yeah. I grew up with his son.
Wow,
Yeah.
Myra, you should know Donnie Green, right? Yeah. He just passed away 2 days ago or less. And we definitely going to miss you, Donnie. And I would not be a entertainer if don't remember. This was the nicest guy you ever want to meet. I've never heard nobody say nothing bad about Donnie Green. And brother, may you rest in peace, bro. Your job has been done. And I know I'm going to say this because that funeral, it's going to be like Hollywood in Baltimore. Because he done been through different generations of people. Yeah. And I think a lot of, there's an old saying, the work you done, you'll see it at the funeral. If you get two people show up, you know how your life been. Your life ain't been worth 2 cents.
And one of them might be there to make sure you dead.
Yeah, might be.
Well, I got one worse than that. I remember I was in the hospital. Howard G came in and made sure I wasn't dead. She dead? Because I can take over BWT. I tell that joke because it's true. Yeah. It's really true. No, but we got a lot of talent in Baltimore, and I put it online. But I'm liking this new talent that's coming up. And even with 10 years in 10, you still new talent coming up. So it's really your chance to bust this open. And when I saw you perform Swag, and when you did the karate stuff, I said, wow, look at the future here. But the thing is, pattern them jokes and keep them jokes. Because comedy should be so universal, you can talk about anything.
Right.
We can talk about that cut for 10 minutes and make it funny if you understand comedy. So that's what I want you guys to understand. Don't limit yourself. Limiting yourself, you're going to limit your work. So,
and your money.
Well, you ain't got that money yet.
Well, I'm saying, you're going to limit it, though.
Well, that's
somebody that might have the money, they might be like, nah, I'm good, I'm going to pass on him.
So what kind of job have you had, because when you're working now?
You talking about as far as like just my personal life?
9 to 5.
Oh, 9 to 5? Oh, man, I was a drill sergeant.
A drill sergeant? Military?
Yeah, I was drill sergeant at Free State Challenge Academy. Shout out to all my cadets that few hundred cadets at a time, man. It was boot camp for.
And you was the drill sergeant.
Yeah, I was one of them. I was one of the cadre.
So you dropped them down and they had to.
Oh man, I worked them out. They knew me when they see me coming. They was like, oh man.
But Swag, you have that demeanor like you would get on somebody's nerves.
Man, I tried to do. Well, I was Sergeant Harris.
Oh, okay,
Sergeant Harris. So,
but how old was you then, bro?
I was in my 30s.
Wow, you're a drill sergeant. Man, I was so out of shape when I went to the military. I was ducking them. I was ducking them. They said, "Oh, here he comes."
Well, they get you in shape.
Oh no, they got me in shape.
Yeah.
Because I got tired of ducking them.
Yeah, they find you.
They catch you, yes, right?
No.
Yeah. I ain't had a beard or anything. That's why I started growing my beard because I was like tired of shaving.
But why you couldn't retire on a job like that? That's a reason.
That was so. It was quasi-military. It was a state job, and then you have us folk. Us folk running it.
Yeah.
Really?
In the ground.
Oh, it must have been trash all in the lawn.
Well, no, it was so you had, so I won't trash, not the whole program.
Right, I understand.
You had a select few that crab in the barrel syndrome, where it's like they were looking to
bring each other down, bro?
Brother, yeah, no question.
You
like,
sure that wasn't Job Corps?
Man, look, listen, it's similar. So the program is similar to Job Corps, but it's a military setting.
I understand.
So we had, it's quasi-military. So you had your retired military, you had active duty. So, you had folks that had military background that were cadre. So that I would always say that was the best job I hated. That was a job I loved and hated at the same time, and it had nothing to do with the cadets. Because
but I think that job also disciplined you as a drill sergeant.
I mean, it's one of those things where you always learn. If you think you're not going to learn from somebody that you around, like you sadly mistaken, you closed off. You're going to learn these 16, 17, 18-year-old guys.
Yeah, but my opinion to you, I'm listening to everything you're saying. This comedy thing should be a piece of cake for you.
Yeah, well, see, that's why I said I'm not scared. I'm worried about nobody bullying me. Yeah, exactly. I'm not worried about that. I done been on some rough. Listen, I grew up in a rough neighborhood. I grew up, I came up kind of rough. I ain't gonna say I came up hard. My life was good.
Right.
I'm not taking away from it, but
right.
I've been a few places. I've been around the world. I've been to Hong Kong. I've been to China. I've been mainly China. I've been to Taiwan, Bangkok. So I've been outside of my block. So, and I always encourage, the cadets. I say, hey man, look, the world is bigger than the block that you say you own, but don't own the house you live on. So live in. So it's one of those things. But for me, it was always about. And before that, I was in residential group home. So I was a staff at a residential group home, and then I started doing the drill sergeant job too. So, man, I'm trying to tell you, it's just when you think you worse off, it's always somebody worse. You know what I mean? The kids. I just got a heart for the children. You know what I mean? I love kids, but I love comedy, and so it was like I was always trying to find the humor and stuff, especially when you grow up. Like we grew up, because you from here too, so you know how it is. So when we all, you know how it is. You grow up, you try to find the humor in your situation. And so for me, comedy just always spoke to me. Like I always loved the legends. It's hard not to, just a plus. There's too many comedians to start naming, but I just loved. I studied comedy, so it was like, man, I could do that. And I was like, I came to watch Renee Sharp. And then I came back and I was on stage. So
that was the first time when you came to watch Renee. Are we going on a break, baby?
Yeah.
Okay, John. Yeah. And it's funny that you mentioned Renee Shaw. What did you say, sweetie? Oh, you move over. Oh.
You got out the shot. You want me to move down some more?
All right. Keep me rolling. I'm ready to bring Myra Washington in.
What's up, Myra Washington?
Yeah, because coming up, y'all, on June the 17th, we right at Cafe 12.
Juneteenth.
And all these guys all of them are going to be on the show coming up on the 17th at Cafe 12. Actually, Tanya is going to headline that night. Yeah. We're going to get Tanya a headline. I'm going to host it. I call it a co-headliner because hosting is just as hard as closing. As a matter of fact, hosting is harder than closing because you have to keep people in check. You might have to say some things you don't want to say. People come dressed a certain way. But I got more people hitting me on than I got Facebook fans.
Because you got me,
Bottom line. You got you, Tanya?
Because you got me on the show.
Oh, it was you, Tanya?
That's me. I'm telling you.
Got more swag.
Yeah.
Got to get my Taj the Bull. Want to say happy belated. Your birthday gone yet?
Yeah, May 1st.
And I hit you already. May 1st. We're the Taj the Bulls up in here. Mine was May 6th.
Say hi, Tanya.
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 Both of them.
Tanya.
Tell both of them to say hi.
Tanya.
Yeah, just tell both of them to say hi.
Tanya.
That ain't right, swag. Next thing gonna be saying, tell Sybil I said
There you go.
But Tanya, I'm gonna mess with Tanya a little bit. You was talking about something. Oh, well, I want to welcome also. I forgot about my partner on my left.
Okay.
But yeah, we back on. We got Miss Myra Washington too on set with us too. How you doing, Myra?
I'm good.
I see. Please don't get no phone calls in there right
No,
now.
I'm supposed to be at a Zoom meeting.
I guess you ain't gonna be there then.
Whatever she's gonna be
Zoomed out.
But we got Myra on there. Oh, there you go, Myra. Look for. I don't know what you look. She's looking for the egg man. Ain't no egg man coming up here. The donut man.
Egg and butter man.
You keep looking behind you like, who back there?
Just don't go to the pizza shop.
Yeah. What?
That pretzel.
Pretzel.
I asked, I'm gonna throw a bomb in there.
Well, please.
With the Annie
You nailed it though. Myra. So Myra, what's been going on? Let's get you in it. Get you activated a little bit.
What's
So
not
we can,
going on?
wow, that don't sound good, Myra.
What you mean, not
Please don't bring a funeral
My
in
sister
there.
busy. What you talking about?
No, I'm glad to hear that because the last time I talked to you, you was worn down, girl. You slowed up a little bit.
Yeah, I did
No,
slow
this
up
girl
a
do a
little
little bit of everything, even so.
Yeah, I do. Turn this thing off. I do podcasts.
Oh yeah, you got your own podcast.
No, turn this volume down.
Well, you're holding out subject on time. You playing with your phone.
Anywho, I do a podcast recording on Thursdays for Murder Loving Comedy with Joel, the dumbass comedian in the garage. That's in New Jersey. AngeloLamar.com radio. He's our producer and he edits everything. And a lot of comedians from New Jersey, Nevada.
So where is this location at? Where's
We do a Zoom.
Oh, you do. Oh,
We
you
do
do Zoom. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I got
and we record on Zoom, and it's broadcasted on Tuesdays and Saturdays at 6 o'clock on AngeloLamarRadio.com. It's broadcasted on Sundays at 5 o'clock at rubberchicken.com. This is some strange names. And Thursdays at HamiltonRadio.net. Thursdays at 10 o'clock.
Since you gave us your whole life story.
And I have an upcoming comedy show with you. June 17th.
She's going to be on the show June the 17th.
Cafe 12.
June the 17th. All these guys are going to be there. And we're glad to kind of get back with comedy because we just got off that play for 2 months in a row. And it's nothing like stand-up. You're going to see so much joy in that room coming up on June the 17th because these guys are good, all of them. Everybody got their own style. And that's one thing with comedy, people got to understand. My style going to be different than your style different. But, and you was talking, Swag, about mentors. Tanya, because I wanted to get you and I want you to answer the same question. Who were some of your mentors? Because there's a lot of female comics out there, but what female comic got your attention to do comedy? Because it had to be from a comedian, or did you?
You were in OG.
Oh, so we females now? Okay.
No, you're not females, but I never looked at the females.
Oh, so you hardcore?
Yeah, no,
You what they call a knuckle.
I was always around Hollywood, so
Yeah, you're right.
I wasn't never around no female comics.
So none of them really. No.
She's like, I don't like none of them.
No, I like them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so Myra, let me ask you the same question. Did any female comedians inspire you to do comedy?
Yes. Mom's Mabley.
Mom's Mabley.
Number one.
Yes, that was deep.
Yeah, Mom
she was
another
funny.
one on the table.
She was hilarious.
And then Marsha Warfield.
Oh yeah. From Night Court. Right.
Yes.
And
then along came Monique.
So Monique inspired you.
Yeah, I remember when she had a black Honda. She was on 92Q one time.
She had a black Honda.
She had a black Honda car, and at that time they were stealing Hondas like crazy. And she's like, "Go ahead, steal mine, because I want a new car anyway." So I remember that interview she did on 92Q a long time ago.
And guys, don't be afraid to jump in too, because we getting so serious here. We get this Wednesday hump day to make them laugh.
Yeah.
So you even wonder why I bring my guitar out,
Get over
because y'all ass probably to put me to sleep.
Give it
No, 'cause he got a hump in his back.
Who got a hump in the back?
Hump day.
Oh, she threw one right under the bus.
Really, Ricky, I didn't even do a whole lot of watching comedians. growing up. I'll be doing other stuff.
Right, like like what? Smoking weed?
Robbing
No,
banks.
I was a weed
You
smoker.
never was a weed smoker.
Never.
So what was that?
Hanging out.
Oh,
So you like to drink?
No, I was really, tell you the truth.
Tell me the truth.
I was hanging out with the stars.
Oh, like who?
I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to trick it.
You about to dry snitch.
I'm not a real star.
Somebody about to dry snitch.
But Tanya, I'm still concerned because I know your family is real full. I'm not gonna throw you out there like that. But something in you, to be a comic, you have to notice that in a young age.
Oh yeah, I always knew I was funny.
Right.
Because everybody would always say, "You funny." Sit down, girl. You stupid.
So you talk smack one way or another.
All the time.
I mean, so you had a lot of fights you were in too, right?
No, never. I can fight.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that look like you could.
Yeah, I can fight.
can
Anybody mess with me.
I know
Or anybody in my family.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But Myra, was you a fighter too?
I fought from the day I went to Calverton till the day I came out.
Calverton.
Calverton Junior High.
So even get bullied, and that's what we're talking
I never
about.
got bullied because I
never got bullied either.
I fight my way through it.
That's a new concept. Look, we
They
been
gonna
in-
Let me tell you.
I'm gonna tell my sister
I'm gonna tell you
Well,
this
I want to
story.
say this here. Y'all two are the meanest light-skinned guys.
Yeah, you had to be.
Let me tell you this story.
Right.
My uncle lived in New York, and every Christmas he would send us a present. He sent me back in the day. Remember the Apple Pocky books that had came out?
Right.
Well, they was picking on me, right? And I put a brick in the bottom of that pocketbook, and every time they went messing with me, they got that pocketbook.
Wait a minute. You
Did I?
hit them with them.
Glad statute of limitations is
That,
over
guess
for
what?
them
I
assault.
bet you one day, I bet you they start messing with me.
No, I don't think you're making me nervous. I want to get up now.
They told me I
Pop
was
somebody with a
crazy.
brick.
Don't let her hold no bag near you.
Nah. Listen, we used to have bullies in school. I used to be ducking behind. I mean, these guys was me.
Yeah.
How you gonna have jail in the 6th grade?
Right.
Yeah.
And
Jail.
They were
Right,
doing
yeah.
jail in the 6th grade.
Yeah.
These
Okay,
boys were
well.
so bad that you had to duck to go home every day. And
Yeah.
and don't even talk about your lunch money. It's their lunch money.
Right.
So where my money is today?
Uh-huh.
I beat a boy down at the bus stop.
Like, man,
I beat the bricks off of him. Try to take my lunch tickets. You don't know.
So wait a minute, Mike,
You don't cough them lunch tickets
we
up.
gotta keep that 100 though. Well, how old was you to beat somebody at the bus stop?
14
At 14 years?
years old, right before I went to Walboro.
Wow. But you know it's funny, y'all are all thugs up here at the same time.
No, I'm a thug. I'm not a
Nobody
thug.
really mess with me.
I'm gonna say this here publicly. I can count the fights I've been in.
I've been in no fights.
I mean, really fight, because this mouth got me out of everything I got in it.
Oh, so you had to gift the gate.
I had girls I could talk to. I could take your shoelace on, put them on the other shoe.
My brother told me I could charm a cat off a fish wagon.
Yeah, but
that's funny.
yeah, but
that's
that's gonna get
funny.
away. I know, but you also mean. I'm listening to you venting about
I
how
am
you
a
done beat somebody up
loving-
at 14.
Loving person until you get me wrong.
Well, okay, that's something.
I'm a loving person.
Well,
I give my heart to you.
yeah, you got a
And I
beautiful.
will beat you down.
I'm only saying this because I'm sitting beside you.
I was going to say,
I'm nervous
you
as
sit
hell.
between two wowers
I
right
just
there,
hope she ain't got no
boy.
brick no
Don't
bigger.
you know, don't you know.
I'm close to the door.
And I don't fight no more.
Yeah, but I don't know, but
You
I
don't
mean,
have to. All you gotta do is look at him like you're
Yeah,
going to get him.
look, I'll fight somebody. And you had to pay my.
That's why they made
My
tasers.
Neverland out. Yeah.
That's why they made tasers. You ain't got to fight nobody.
but
That's
tell you,
right.
but what about sibling robberies? Any sibling robberies?
No,
or-
never.
No family problems at
No,
all.
none.
Y'all was just lovey-dovey-dovey.
That's right. Yes, we were.
What about you, Sway? Tell the truth. You ain't come a drill sergeant for
My
nothing.
yo, my pops was a Rolling Stone, so I got a lot of.
Well, he must knew my
Oh,
father.
so you was
So-
always angry.
So I was just by myself.
Yeah, but she said you was
always
always
angry. Look, I'll say that I'm gonna put on. But I got an aunt that likes to push buttons. I'll leave it at that.
Wow.
But,
Oh, so
yeah.
she must be still alive. then.
She's still alive.
Oh, you nervous, ain't you?
No, I ain't nervous.
See, my family grew up really, I swear to God, like the Beavers.
Yeah, y'all wouldn't leave
You grew up in the
I'm
white
telling you,
fam- in
my
the white
father was
neighborhood.
home every day. No, my father was home every day, 5 o'clock at dinner.
So you had a
Wow.
father. That's good.
Yeah, oh yeah, we all lived together.
There you go.
No, I had a stepfather. He stepped in because my father was stepping out.
Yeah.
No, we had the same father.
But what about you, Mauro? A large family, small family?
It was only 4 of us, but
That's
we
enough.
only had one brother.
One brother, 3
And he
girls.
was spoiled rotten.
Okay.
And we fought like tooth and nail until the day my mother died. Then we was like, I love you.
Oh, so after mom died. But
when my mom died, we was like, man, we all we got. We got to put the fighting to the side.
Is he still alive today?
My brother?
Yes.
Yeah. He's 1 year older than I am.
Oh, so you had the same situation with me. My sister was 1 year older than 8 months. Mom was getting it in, but bottom line is...
Dad was getting it in. Mom was pushing him out.
Well, that's a whole lot of fathers, though. A whole lot of fathers got... You know, it's funny that we mentioned fathers because we got the Father Day affair coming up. Yeah. I want y'all to do some Father Day jokes, too. When we do Father's Day, we got to talk about the real stuff that happened. That's why I'm bringing them subjects up on Father's Day.
Well, my joke's going to disappear like my daddy did, so...
Well, listen, your father wasn't the only one.
It was all you can eat at Red Lobster.
Look, if you take the 10 people, I guarantee you out of half of them,
fathers
wasn't
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why we have to give so much props to the mothers. The mothers that did their thing.
Yeah.
I mean, my mother
did, yeah.
You know, she did.
My grandfather was around. I give him props.
You got three types of women. You got the mothers. You got the mother fathers.
I thought you were going to say something else.
She said it.
Then you got the so,
yeah, but you know
I think I fit that last one.
Well, you really that bad?
Moving right along.
So you
I meant that in a good way.
So you have kids, right? You have kids?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you said that like it's
I
a lot.
love my sons, man.
How many
I
you
have
got?
3 boys.
Wow. So they're all over 21.
Well, no. So my oldest, he'll be 29 this year.
What's the youngest?
The youngest 14.
You got a 14-year-old right now.
14-year-old right now.
This is when the party begins.
Oh yeah.
He's your size?
He ain't my height. No, he ain't my size. I started off his size. Right, I earned this weight.
So what, he's in like middle school.
He's going to go to high school.
Right, so he already know where he's going to go?
Yeah, he just got in the city.
Well, City High School?
Yeah, City College.
So you went to, what high school you go to?
I went to Northwestern, Thugville.
What about you, Tanya? What high school you go to?
Garrison.
Garrison and? Walbrook. I guess I'm
I went to Douglas, too.
You went to, they kicked you out?
I was saying, Garrison a high school? Was Garrison a high school?
Yeah, it was high school
Garrison.
then. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Garrison's not high school?
Yeah.
It
was a high school then.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah, because then you had Forest Park.
I had to.
Was a senior high.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in junior high.
Yeah. Okay, they changed it over. That's right.
And then I went to Douglas.
See, right before I went to high school, they changed it from junior high to middle.
And
then they added the 9th grade into high school.
Yeah, see, it was junior high and senior high.
I'm at that age.
I had the nerve to send my daughter to Harlem Park.
Oh, Jesus.
That's why we don't talk today.
Oh, wow.
Right now, Lord.
Wow.
Now, she came out hardcore.
You know, Harlem Park.
Learned, I think they taught her how to lie because she had never told the truth. Just to get your education.
That's what I do now.
I think they taught her how to lie. That's a sad thing.
That's a new class.
That is, but you know, it's sad.
How to lie.
You know, and it's sad that the streets got to raise our children sometimes.
Yeah.
Because that's what's happening. Look at today. Look at what's going on today.
Yeah.
I couldn't lie as a child.
Huh?
I couldn't lie. I ain't know how to lie.
Shit, children ain't living today.
The man would come knock on the door. Remember,
Was the
HF
insurance man?
Household Finance.
The insurance
The
man.
man would come. No, it wasn't
Oh, the
insurance.
insurance.
That's the pay on time man.
Oh,
You
yeah,
get
yeah.
rhythm set and you pay on time.
Oh, okay, that's right. That's right.
Pay on time.
Pay on time or get it.
That salesman will come
take
to
out
the
with
door,
you,
knock,
huh?
knock, knock. Who is it? Okay, it's the man to come pay for the furniture. My mama says she ain't on.
My aunt did the
I
same
ain't know how to
thing.
lie.
My aunt did the same thing, got in trouble.
I got more beatings for not knowing how to lie that I became a habitual liar.
But that's another good question. Did you ever get beatings there, Tanya? Come on, tell the truth.
Yeah, my mother was a whip by, yeah.
What about you, Sway?
She had 3 girls.
I had a cousin that.
She had 3 girls.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now,
It's 3 of us. It's 3 of us. My mother's got 3 girls and 1 boy.
Well, let me just say this. If I didn't get a beating, I didn't wake up.
Wow.
I got a beating all. I was the one getting
Breakfast,
all
lunch, and dinner with
Yeah, bro.
You got 3 square whippings a day.
And don't forget overtime beating. My mother said she's going to get you twice. She's going to get you twice.
Yeah, she don't play.
She don't play.
Either.
I remember one time my mom wanted to beat me, and we had one of them twin beds with the springs on the bottom. She lifted that bed up, and I was holding on like a cat.
My mother used to throw shit
stole
at
my
you.
water. You didn't even use it. You just come in and just take stuff. I got this straight from Howie.
Take this ass.
No, hey, you already make me nervous. You got a brick in your pocketbook. She said she had a brick in her pocket. Myron, I liked you till you said that.
Hey.
You hit somebody with a brick, they done.
Yeah.
Real.
Nah, but have you ever got beat up? That's another good one. I like it.
No, I didn't get beat up.
Don't lie.
I didn't get beat up. I got banked.
You really got banked.
I had to get
How many
banked.
people?
It about 2 or 3 of them, but they had to bank me.
That was enough for them. That was
Beat me
enough.
one-on-one.
Wow.
Yeah. That
You
was
had to
enough.
bank me.
Wow.
Look, my mama said, if you come home and tell me somebody beat you, I'm going to whip your ass again.
Wow.
So you ain't going to beat me by yourself. Y'all better bank me. And that's the only way I got
Have you
beat
got
up.
banked before, Jane?
No, you know what? No, because I used to hang out with this Japanese girl. Her name was Odelia. She was a big girl, big Japanese. So nobody never messed with me.
When you say big, 5'5"?
No, that bitch was big. She was a Japanese for real. And she spoke Japanese. And she was
okay.
big. Nobody.
Wow.
Well, how you understand her? You don't speak
Yeah,
no.
we tight.
Oh, she was your girl.
Yeah, she's my girl. I
She
used
like-
to sing her song with her and shit.
What song y'all been singing?
Sukiyaki hot
No, I
sake
can't
soup.
think of the name right now. No. Some Japanese song she used to sing. Yeah, she was a big girl.
It's
She
been
really
so long
was.
ago you can't remember the
No,
song.
hell no. I can't remember my children's age.
That's another good question. Because me and you came up saying, you might got me about a couple days, but we came in a little bit Myra there too, but we came up there when there's a lot of segregation. See, we was dealing with the the black-white thing. How did you get
But
along?
you know what? I think my mother, she just guarded us from that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we never seen that type of stuff.
Really?
No,
How-
that's
how
trouble,
come-
right?
The most I seen was on TV.
Yeah, but here's my point. How you gonna be from the inner city?
I mean, well, when I moved into we moved to the neighborhood, it was all white.
Right. That's okay. So
You know, we had one black neighbor.
light skin to you just fit right on here.
Yeah, it was all white. We had Jews across the street, and my neighbor was black, and our family, we moved in, we was black. Everybody else is white.
what area was that?
Dofield in there.
Oh,
too.
Dofield. I know exactly
okay.
what you're talking
So it was
about.
all because the school there now was a Jewish synagogue.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
It's called Bethel.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't the school nothing down there.
Well, I'm gonna jump to you, Swag. Any problems with race? Because you seem like you went straight from high school to drill sergeant.
No, like on the job.
Really?
Yeah, it was like on the job. Like it was subtle because I was working with I used to be a T1 tech and I was working in a bunker, and a guy named Ray. I thought he was cool. So in the back, I run wires and stuff, and it was wires tangled up. He was like, "Who niggered up all these wires?" And I was like, I looked at him like,
Said that?
and mind you, we this close. So we're in a space this big with computer equipment. I looked at him, and I say, "I love my job." I said, I'm talking to myself because I'm like, "Don't punch him in the face. He don't know where you from." So I said, he was like, "Oh, I didn't mean anything by it. You never heard that term?" Not with people with teeth in their mouth.
Right.
Not keeping their teeth said that, but that was like my first. That was like I was 21. That was my first experience. I never been called a nigga, none of that by somebody.
Well, let me say this here. Coming out from South Baltimore, meaning going to Southern High School, we dealt with so much because a lot of the prejudice was South.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
So you guys was in the city. We
Yeah, I
were
was
dealing with Glen Burnie, Brooklyn, Curtis Bay.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So we seen
That's
so much.
that was
I
all
thought
white
my
at
middle
one point.
name was nigga. I was there go Ricky nigga.
Right. Nigga Ricker.
And you know what? I'm gonna tell you something because I want to say this on live. The military changed my whole mindset because I've seen fights on the back of the bus, people burning white girls' hair. I've seen all this. I've seen it myself.
Wow.
You know, but when I got to the military, I found out that all white people ain't the same.
Right.
They treat you how you treat them.
Right.
So that was a lesson to be learned. Because I could have been easily militant, is the word, but I didn't let that affect me.
Right.
So that's what made me kind of jump into mainstream comedy.
Oh, okay.
Because if you can make mainstream laugh, that's a whole different.
Yeah.
That's a whole different beast right there. So
I
to
learned
cross
that.
over, the perception is different. Because they come to laugh. We come to a club mad and something happened.
Yeah.
We mad because we got up this morning.
Right.
There's definitely a difference.
It's
Right.
totally different.
Make
though.
me laugh as opposed to I came to laugh.
Yeah, but here's my thing too. I want to see you guys too enter into mainstream. Don't limit it because you never know where you're gonna hit.
Right.
But you gotta, like you said earlier, Swag, you gotta learn the business. Do your homework on the business. Pull up a mom's maybe.
Yep.
You know, but also pull up a Bob Hope. You got to pull up these guys, Rodney Dangerfield. These guys who paved the way.
Yeah.
I subscribe to Rodney Dangerfield.
Well, that's part of the history that we lose. Somebody said to me, I think the girl was here last week. What was her name? Factor Gwen. She said she never knew there were open mics. And
wow.
See, that's how we all got started. And that's why I came back and created an open mic in Baltimore for blacks, meaning because they didn't know nothing about open mics.
Right.
You don't just know. Richard Pryor, probably one of the most natural comics of all time. He would never seen nothing like that. Red Fox wouldn't have seen stuff like that. These comedians there, I guarantee you, Eddie Griffin didn't see the open mic. Of course, I met David Chappelle in an open mic. Okay. Martin Lawrence. Martin won a competition because he was in an open mic.
Chris Tucker funny too.
Chris, but these guys, well, Chris, I don't know about Chris as much, but because he's out of Georgia, and I don't know his history of what he done. But even look, glad you mentioned him. I just heard him on podcast, on somebody's podcast. Somehow he changing his whole act because he's in the Christian thing. So he don't want to be dirty no more. He want to be successful because of his talent. Your talent has got to be universal sometimes. If you don't, you're back home hoping that BET comes back. It ain't gonna happen.
Right.
They
trying to buy
I
BET,
heard
but I don't
they
think.
was trying to
that was
start the BET. What's the thing where my boy that died? They had the show with the kids.
Rock Baby Age Kids.
No.
You said
not Robin Harris.
I'm trying to figure out who you're talking
Bernie Mac.
Oh yeah.
Where he was on the Def Comedy Jam.
Yeah.
They trying to bring that Def Comedy Jam back where they have like a list of comedians come out and do that thing on TV. Maybe somebody see him, they can go to the next level.
But I want to say this here because of being in the trenches of this, it saddens me that all these billionaires and millionaires out there that know comedy, Russell Simmons, on and on, that they couldn't continue this.
right.
You're making enough money, you could delegate and have that done. Because we need it in the community too.
Yeah.
How are we going to bring up the next
Right.
Martin Lawrence?
Yeah.
If we,
Chris
I don't
Tucker.
care what you see. I'm telling you what I know. A lot of these comedians are scrambling. They don't know where. They don't know what direction they're going in.
Yeah.
Because the ones that had it, they're thinking about self. Don't you got to think about the community, man.
Right.
And that's one of the reasons why I've sacrificed. And I'm not tooting my horn. I'm just telling you how it worked. I sacrificed my career to make it happen in Baltimore. Baltimore would have never knew comedy if I wouldn't have brought it back here.
Right.
I had an open mic at Gatsby's nightclub. You couldn't even get in there for 5 years. It was so packed upstairs. But that's when Monique popped up. Howard G popped up. Joe Recker. These guys are big names. But what I'm saying is, we need the ones that's got the finance. There's no reason but there's no reason that a BET shouldn't still exist.
That's true.
Here for 40 years.
I got you all.
40 nights.
There's another comedian came out named Coyote Man. We put him back in the woods. That's why this thing started whistling all of a sudden. No, but that's important, people, is to learn the business, learn the history, learn where you want to go, man. And I'm happy to have you guys on here because y'all an example of, how many years you got in there, Myra? Keep it real.
The first time you let me touch a mic was 2007.
Now, that must have been at the Holiday. Was it at the Holiday
The Holiday Inn.
Well, yeah, we had 8 years at the Holiday Inn, and that's where we started telling Myra. It was so packed every show.
I was the food and beverage director at the time.
Oh, okay.
The house was packed, standing room only, for 2 back-to-back shows. And this was a banquet room that seats
But in Towson, what's up in
250
Towson?
people.
This is in Glen Burnie.
Oh, Glen Burnie.
Right down from the motor vehicle, and we were there
Exactly.
for 8 years.
I was food and beverage
we was
director
turning
back
them over.
then.
I see Cleon, the comedian. He started with us. He's launching out.
Matter of fact,
Ray D was
Hurricane
another.
was on one of your shows.
Who's that?
Oh, wow.
Hurricane.
Wow, that's my man.
He was. Yeah, you had some big names
No,
back then.
Yeah.
Well, we had Earthquake, not Earthquake.
Earthquake.
I'm sorry, you got not Earthquake.
It was Earthquake.
No, you missing the name. Hamburger.
Hamburger.
Oh, my
We had
man.
Hamburger.
Yeah.
He was
yeah.
you kept saying an H. Hamburger did our shows about 3 or 4 times. We were trying to bring in veterans. We had Bruh Man. We had him for 15 years working him here. He'll come back here. The money is right. But the bottom line is, because here's the logic, right? Like I told somebody yesterday, I'm passing the torch. It's time for somebody else to pick that torch up.
Yeah.
Because I got another plan, and when he give it to me, I'm gonna take it because I'm tired too. It's like the drain.
Yeah.
And he'll tell you straight up, Odie, I'm never late for nothing. Since you met me, have I been late for anything?
You haven't been late.
Now, I know you're gonna tell him 40 years and 8 horses ago.
Yeah.
But no, the reason why, that's half the battle right there. You gotta be on time. You gotta make it your job. If you make it your job and you survive, know how to survive from Baltimore City, Baltimore's enough lesson for everybody.
Yes, Lord.
From east side to west side to south,
You make
whatever.
it in Baltimore, you can make it anywhere.
Well, I made it because I made it time enough to retire. You see what I'm saying? So, and I would never give it. One thing about comedy, you'll never give it up because it's in your passion. You know, y'all do it because you love to do it. You can back away from it. Oh, I kind of miss it a little bit. Let me try this again. So it's never over, you know, unless you say it's over, you know. So I'm just hoping that word passion stick in your head. I'm hoping y'all stick with it because you got the talent, but now you got to know the business because this business ain't waiting on you. I've seen people funnier than all of us sitting on a 9 to 5 now because they didn't learn the business.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Why are you playing with my leg, Mama?
I ain't playing with your leg. Look,
touching-
you still got legs.
I know because you got a brick in your pocket.
No, I was
He said,
thinking
never
about
told her that.
Stop
the
scaring
guy Allen from DC. He came to the SNS Lounge.
What's his name?
Allen.
You might be saying the wrong
Allen
name.
Lee Allen.
No,
The little dark skinned dude.
I can't. No, you take
He,
it as
oh my goodness. He was so funny.
no, and he's from
The
DC.
guy was so funny I had to start wearing the pins. That's how funny the guy was.
Oh, that-
The guy was funny.
I'm gonna share this with you, Myra. I'm glad you said that because for years DC had the better comics. You know, just look at the camaraderie of comics coming out of DC. You're talking about David
Lawrence.
Chappelle, Martin, Tommy Davis, Wanda Sykes, Chris Thomas, Tony Woods. These people,
Yeah, Tony Woods.
the Fat Doctor. We just talked about him again. But the point is, those guys were people. That's a lot of people to look up to. But then all you can go is Howard G and Rickey Shackelford. 2 people. Monique because she succeeded, but Monique ain't here doing all this dirty work here.
Right.
She ain't the one trying to keep a door open. So that's why I'm saying, you know, if you succeed, trickle back and help somebody.
That's right.
You know,
Yeah, that's
because
what
you're
you
gonna
should
get
do.
older too.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what you
know,
should do.
You know, it's a
Yeah,
lot of
that's
people,
what you should do, but I don't
40
do that.
years and all that other
Them
stuff.
40 nights. Ricky been working this job. I don't think y'all heard me. And I'm gonna tell y'all comedians up there, Ricky's job is not to pay you. It's to coach you until you
That's right.
reach into a better comedian. Ricky's job is not to pay you. It's to make sure you
That you
get
get
funnier.
paid.
But when you get funnier, I said, when you get funnier, I said, when you get funnier, he's still not gonna pay you. Because when Ricky see you get funnier, because when Ricky see you get funnier, you getting the fuck out of here. I don't think y'all heard me.
Yeah, but I like what you said because when you get funnier, you got to get out of here.
Right.
Ain't nobody gonna pay you $1,000 at Cafe 12. So
You'll be like, yeah, let me get 400.
and you're gonna be surprised, y'all worth more than you know. And I say that because some don't underestimate. You okay over there, bro? He over there humming.
Still feeling
You ain't on the testimony, bro. You over there venting and feeling.
Well, he ain't testifying, he testifying.
Yeah, but you know. But here's the thing, y'all. We're gonna wrap this up too.
Okay.
And coming up on June the 17th, we're all gonna be at Cafe 12.
Ricestown.
Yeah, Ricestown. I want y'all to do me one Father's Day joke. I don't care if it's about your father. You know, fathers are important too. You know, all of them ain't bad fathers, but I just think that, you know, we all are mature enough, over at least 50. You 50 now,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So we're at least over 50 years old, you know, and we do have one good father joke in it. I ain't gonna say mine here, but I'll guarantee you on June the 17th, that's gonna be one show because we finally getting back on stage. The whole crew is gonna be there. We also inviting the folks from the Sanford and Son Tribute to come there so we can give them a shout out for the job they done just as well too. Right on. So Myra, you gonna be with us June the 17th? Any other thing you done told us about your podcast?
Yeah, talking about the Murder Loving Comedy. Also, what else am I doing? I do a little bit of everything.
Okay,
Just stay tuned to
Right.
Myra Bates, at Facebook.
Yeah, give us an idea where we can reach you also, Tan. You let them know.
Oh yeah, tomorrow night I'll be at Spike's, a birthday party bash on Dopel Avenue. On the 27th, I'll be at what's the name of the place?
The 20. Oh, Grayson, I don't even know what the name. Now you'll hit me up with that.
Lock Raven or something like
It's
that.
on Lock Raven. We're doing a.
Look at my Facebook
And I'm
page.
trying to get Cowdy to come out for that also. We doing. Me and Howard is hosting, but this is with bands on the what was that date again? No, it wasn't the 20th. It's the 10th. It's June the 10th.
June the 10th. No,
Yeah,
I got
June the
one
10th.
June the 20th. I got one May 27th, June the 10th, and June the 17th.
Right. And what I'm saying is we're using it for open mic because they want to see different new comics. Like Tanny and I talked about earlier out here. You know, you're only going to make money when people see how good you are.
Yes.
You can't, and I say this with no disrespect, don't limit yourself, but then you're going to limit your work.
Right.
Because the bottom line is until you put yourself out there, and also here's the thing, you're going to learn how to work rooms because after a while you're going to figure it out. One thing about a good comedian, he's going to figure it out. So don't feel like, hey, I can't work this room, I can't work this room. Every room is important because you might end up working that room.
Right.
Because I know how this business go, and like I said, the business changed so much. So you're only as good as, the lessons you learn, the wisdom that you bring. That wisdom is where you're going to learn how to conquer this comedy. Because here's the bottom line. If you don't conquer the wisdom, you ain't going to be in this business long. So that's your choices. You got choices,
Right.
So that's why, hey, it's okay to pick and choose, but learn it all because you just don't know where your next job is going to be.
And I'm going to be with you, Ricky, on the 17th.
That's right. Also, Cowdy Man going with us on the 17th. You're going to be with us definitely.
I'm
Right?
going to be with you hosting.
No, we got the whole crew.
He said,
I know that's right.
The whole crew gonna be here, y'all. Hey, look, this is Hump Day, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed this inside edition. I call it the inside edition of comedy and how to grow and how to go. Only way you're gonna go, you gotta learn to listen. If you don't learn to listen, you ain't going nowhere. I'm comedian Ricky the Real Deal Shackelford. I want to give a shout out to Howard G and Woo. Hope to see y'all next week. Y'all have a good night. You got to
night.
get over the hump.
You're tuned in to the Kings of Comedy of Baltimore, the Howard G and Rickey Shackelford Show on the Coyote Man Show Network. You're tuned in to the Kings of Comedy of Baltimore, the Howard G and Rickey Shackelford Show on the Coyote Man Show Network.